Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's video, we are going to discuss UPSC Compulsory English Paper held in 2022. But before I begin, I request all of you to subscribe to the channel and press the beautiful bell icon there so that you can get notified about all the upcoming lessons. My dear friends, let's begin. As you can see the direction over here, rewrite the following sentences after making the necessary corrections. Do not make unnecessary changes in the original sentence. What does it mean? It means a sentence is given to you. The patient died before the doctor arrived. Go through the sentence, read it carefully, and try to find out if there is any error. If it is so, make some necessary changes. If it is not so, it means the given sentence is correct. Write it as it is. Let me tell you something, the given sentence is grammatically incorrect. Here we are going to know 2 points. First, what is the error? Second, how to correct the given sentence. Let's begin the explanation with the time scale. This is the time scale. This time scale will help you understand the concept. This is a very effective method of teaching. With the help of this time scale, you don't have to mug up any rule. You will understand the concept practically. Let's understand how. At this particular time scale, this is the time scale. Okay. And this point is called present. We'll have to get 2 more points at this particular time scale. This is past. What about this one? One more point is here. This point is called past of past. Past of past. This past of past is also known as, past perfect tense. What is the structure of past perfect tense? That's very easy to learn. You must be aware of it, the structure of past perfect tense. You must have studied the concept in class 10th. Subject, had, followed by third form of the verb and then other words. This is the very simple structure of past perfect tense. Now the point we need to understand is, when do we use past perfect tense? Before going ahead, let me make myself clear. Past perfect tense is a relative action. Past perfect tense is a relative action. Relative action means past perfect tense cannot come alone. If you want to use past perfect tense in any sentence, you will have to have a past indefinite tense or something related to past. As you can see, if you go from present to past, if the orientation is from present to past, backward from past. If it is, not past, backward from present. If it is backward from present, we'll name it past indefinite tense. And to refer to past indefinite tense, we'll have to use the second form of the verb. If something goes from past to past, if the orientation is from past to past, it means backward from past. If it is backward from past, this particular point is called past perfect tense. So one thing is clear. To use past perfect tense, you must have something in past. Then only you can talk about past perfect tense. And if it is past perfect tense, you'll have to use this particular structure. And the structure is had followed by the third form of the verb. Now, look at the given sentence carefully. In the given sentence, there is a conjunction before. It is a conjunction. And it is a conjunction of time. What does this mean? It will answer when. It will give you the answer of when. The answer of when will be given over here. The conjunction, as we all know, in the given sentence, the patient is the subject, died is the second form of the verb. It means it is written in past indefinite tense. What about this one? The doctor is the subject, and what about this one? This is the second form of the verb. It means past indefinite tense. Let us read the sentence from left. Why from left? Because we write English from left to right. The orientation in this particular language is from left to right. That is why we start reading it from the left. The patient died. It means something happened here. Something happened here. What did happen? The patient died. When? Now, we'll ask this particular question when. Over here. The patient died. When did the patient die? The answer is before this one. It means this action took place before this one. And this action took place in past. As the second form of the verb over here is used, it's obvious. The given sentence is in past. If it is in past and if that took place before this one, it means this particular action, this particular event will take place here in past of past. If it is in past of past, we'll have to use the structure of past perfect had followed by the third form of the verb. So I think you must have understood the concept. What is missing over here? The helping verb. The helping verb had over here. So the correct sentence is the patient had died before the doctor arrived. This is the explanation of this particular question. Let's understand some more examples, some more questions. Question number 2. Walk carefully lest you may not fall. Is there any error in the given sentence? Yes, the given sentence is grammatically incorrect. What is the error? You don't have to use may and not in the given sentence. This sentence can be corrected in two ways. But before understanding that two way of correction, we'll have to understand the meaning of the term lest. Lest. Let us understand lest. What is this lest? Lest means may it not happen. Lest means may it not happen. It means we use it to avoid the risk of something. Look at the meaning of the word lest. May it not happen. You will come to know about two things. The first, may is the model over here. It means after let, you cannot use any other model than should. It means may cannot be used. What about this? This is the term adverb. Adverb not. It says lest itself is a negative word. If lest itself is a negative word, it cannot be followed by negative words like no, never, not. So we can correct the given sentence in two ways. After lest, you can use should followed by the first form of the verb. This first form of the verb is nothing but the base form of the verb. Base form. What is the base form of the verb? I'll let you know right now. And we have got another way. Only the base form of the verb. The first form, base form. You don't need to use even should to correct the given sentence. What is the base form? If I talk about the use of run, run is an action. This is called the base form. This is called the base form. Base form is nothing but the first form of the verb written in its plural form. And every verb written in its base form is considered to be plural. And if you use s or es in its end, s or es in its end, it is still the first form of the verb, but not the base form. Now it becomes singular form, not it becomes the singular form of the given verb. The base form is considered the plural form of the verb, whereas this singular form, this particular form, s or es form, it is considered the singular form of the verb. So how will correct this given sentence? Let us understand. The two methods we can use. According to the first method, we can use should followed by the first form of the verb. It means the given sentence should be like this. Walk carefully, lest. You can use modal should. You should fall. You should fall. This is the first way to correct the given sentence. And the other way is you can use walk carefully lest you fall. So the given sentence can be corrected in these two ways. To explain the same concept so that you can be more confident, I would like to give you one more example based on the same concept, and I request all of you to answer. The question is, take care lest, the subject is he, ill. This is the example that you have to fill this particular blank, but the options are given. I'm going to give you the options over here. You cannot choose anything of your choice. The options are A, false, B, fall, C, should not fall, and D, may fall. These are the four options that you have to choose. One of them is correct, and which is the correct option you have to answer. You may be thinking option number A is correct. As you can see, subject is given over here. This particular subject is singular. But my dear friends, let me make myself clear by telling you one particular point. We are not learning tense over here. Here we have used lest. Lest is followed by either should plus the base form of the verb or only the base form of the verb. If we are talking about the use of the base form of the verb, it means we are not going to use the singular form. That is why the use of false is incorrect in the given sentence. As we all know, lest itself is a negative word. If itself is a negative word, we cannot use any negative word like no, not, never after it. So the use of not in the given sentence is incorrect. That is why option number C is not the correct answer. What about this one? Lest means may it not happen. May it not happen. May is already used over there. We cannot use another may. So this option is incorrect. So the correct option is option number B. Hope you are enjoying the session. Let's understand some more examples over here. Every man, woman, child were rescued. This is the question that you have to answer. I want all of you to comment. I'm waiting for your comments. Please comment your answers. After seeing your comments, I'll explain it. This is a very simple question. The question is based on distributive pronoun and distributive adjective. Let me help you to answer this question. You must be aware of these terms: distributive adjectives, right? Distributive adjectives. We have got 3 adjectives or 4 adjectives: each, either, neither, and every. These are the distributive adjectives. Let me tell you, we use these adjectives to refer to distribution, to refer to individuality. That is why if we use any noun after it, the noun must be singular and countable. We cannot use any plural countable noun. We'll have to use singular countable noun. Singular countable noun. There are some differences. We can use either and neither if we have got only 2 people, 2 places, 2 things. What about each? Each can be used in both the conditions. If you have got 2 people, 2 places, 2 things, you can use each. If you have got more than 2 people, 2 places, 2 things, you can use each. Each can be used anywhere. What about every? What about every? Every can be used only if you have more than 2 things. More than 2 things, 2 people, 2 places. But to refer to distribution, to refer to individual person at a time. So every is followed by singular countable noun, neither, either, each, followed by singular countable noun. If the subject of the given sentence is singular, the verb will also be singular. And if you want to use any pronoun after it, the pronoun will also be singular. Now the problem is that singular. You have got only two family. He family or she family. He family or she family. What is he family? If the gender is clear, you can use any pronoun according to the gender, he family or she family. If the gender is not clear, if the gender, it means if each is followed by each person, I don't know the gender, each teacher, every teacher, either player, here the gender is not clear. If the gender is not clear, we'll prefer he family. Though in the given sentence, the pronoun is not used, but the verb is used. But for your convenience, if you get these terms, it will be followed by these terms, each, either, neither, and every. These terms will be followed by singular countable noun, and the verb would be singular as the subject of the given sentence is singular, and the pronoun will also be singular. Let's understand the example. Every, the distributive adjective, man, singular countable noun, woman, singular countable noun, child, singular countable noun. So as we all know, if singular countable noun, this will take singular verb. Here, were is there. Were is the plural form of the verb. Be has got different forms. You must note this particular point. Be, the present form is, am, are. What about the past form? Was, were. This is the second form of the verb. This too is the second form of the verb. But what about was? Was is a singular number verb, whereas were is the plural number verb. Here we have to use the singular number verb. So remove were and use was. It means were should be replaced with was. So this is the explanation, right? I hope all of you are enjoying the session. Let's deal with this particular question. Hardly he had stepped out than it began to rain. This is the example. I'm waiting for your comments. Everybody, let's understand. Please pause the video, see the explanation, and then understand what I want to tell you. Hardly. I'm going to write a very simple structure for you. Hardly, scarcely, and barely. You will have to use the same structure. You will have to use the same structure as you are going to use with hardly, scarcely, and barely. Right? So these are the adverbs. These are the adverbs, and these are considered to be negative adverbs. And whenever, actually, these adverbs have got their own positions in the given sentence after the subject. But if you get these adverbs at the beginning of the sentence, we'll have to use inverted form. What does inverted form mean? Inverted form means putting the helping verb before the subject. So we are going to use this particular pattern over here. The structure would be followed by, if we are talking about past and past perfect tense, had is the helping verb, then the subject, since had is followed by the third form of the verb, we'll use the third form of the verb, and after this, if you want to use any conjunction, the conjunction would either be when or before. We cannot use then, and this particular conjunction would be followed by subject and the second form of the verb. Why past indefinite tense? Because we cannot use two past perfect tenses together in any sentence. We'll understand the reason behind it. Why can't we use two past perfect tenses together in a sentence? Today, I'm just explaining the concept in short. I'm just trying to put myself in a nutshell. So let us look at the sentence over here. Hardly is there. Okay. Hardly is there. What about the structure? We have used the subject first and then the helping verb. This is the wrong structure, so we'll have to make correction over here. The correct sentence should be hardly had he. Hardly had he. What about the third form of the verb? The third form of the verb given over here. And what about this one, this conjunction? Since we are not talking about comparison in the given sentence, the use of then is incorrect. You can use either when or before. If you have to choose one of them, we'll always prefer when. We'll always prefer when with hardly, scarcely, and barely. All of them will give you the same sense, more or less. So don't worry about that. Use when. When, this is the subject, this is the second form of the past indefinite tense, right? So this is the explanation of the given sentence. So we'll have to make some necessary changes if the given sentence is grammatically and logically incorrect. What about this one? Either of the 5 dancers will dance tonight. Let's understand. This particular term, we have just used either. What was the name? Distributive adjective, but here it is not distributive adjective. In this particular sentence, it is distributive pronoun. So what is the difference between distributive adjective and distributive pronoun? Let me make myself clear. Either, neither, each. If followed by a singular countable noun, this is known as distributive adjective. What if? Case 1. What about case 2? This is called case 1. You have to understand these two cases because you will get lots of questions on this particular concept in your examination paper. Case 1, this is called case 1. What about case 2? Case 2 is also there. Let us understand. If either, neither, each is followed by, directly followed by a verb, this is not an adjective now. This is a pronoun. This is a pronoun. Case 2, one more case is there. Case 3. What is this case is? Let us understand. If either, neither, each, any of the terms is followed by preposition of. After of, since of is a preposition, and after any preposition, if a noun or pronoun comes, that becomes the object of the given preposition. So this noun or pronoun, this noun or pronoun would be the object of the given preposition, and this would be plural. This would be plural. Why would it be plural? Because this part after the preposition, after of preposition, this is total. It shows total of something, total. What about this one? This either, neither, each, it refers to its part. So if either, neither, each is used in any sentence, and if it is followed by preposition of, it will be part and this would be total. So this would always be plural and this would always be showing distribution, it means singular. What I told you something, just 5 minutes ago I told you something. Either, neither, we can use if we have got only two people, two places, two things. Each can be used with two people, two places, two things, and more than two people, two places, two things. What about every? What about every? Every can be used with to refer to only more than two people, two places, two things. Look at the sentence here. I said either, neither are used with two people, two places, two things. What about here? What about the sentence? Here we are talking about the 5 dancers. It means it is more than 2. If it is more than 2, we cannot use either. We'll have to use something, and that is each. Each can be used with more than 2. So each of the 5 dancers will dance tonight. So this is the explanation. I hope all of you are enjoying. Please give me your comments, give me your feedback. How is the session? Do you really enjoy the session? It will be a catalyst. Your comments are the catalyst for me. What about this one? Supply the missing word. Now, as you can see, the given sentences over here are incomplete. There is a blank in the given sentence. To solve such kind of questions, you will have to use your common sense. If you are preparing for IAS examination, you must have your common sense with you. Nobody can help you. With the help of proper grammatical explanation, proper strategy, if you apply your common sense, you will definitely solve the questions. Look at the sentence. Let us try to decipher the meaning of the given sentence. She started the work. The given sentence is written in past indefinite tense. How did I come to know? You can see over here, the second form of the verb. She started the work. She started the work a few days. This is the time. So you can ask one question. When did she start the work? You can use, using your common sense, preposition after a few days. This would be the correct answer, and this will make the sentence complete. It is a meaningful sentence. It is meaningfully, grammatically, logically correct sentence. So the correct preposition, the correct word in the given sentence is after. Let me make myself clear by telling you one more thing. It's not only about preposition in the blank. You will get sentences where you may use a conjunction, you may use a pronoun, you may use a noun, means different parts of speech can be used. So the requirement of the given sentence is a preposition, and I have used the preposition. There may be many more ways to correct the given sentence, so don't stick to this particular preposition. You try yours. You just try to put your efforts to correct the given sentence some other ways. Let's talk about example number 2. There is no exception blank this rule. So once again, as I told you, you have to use your common sense. Common sense. To have a correct sentence, you'll have to use your common sense. But let me tell you, the correct preposition for the given sentence is to over here. I would like to explain this particular question in detail. Do you understand the term exception? Exception. What does this mean? Exception means not including. Not including. Not including. If I say this is the exception to this rule, what does this mean? It means this particular thing does not follow this particular rule. This particular rule is applied at many places, but this particular term is not included in this. What about no exception? So in general, in short, I just want to tell you, after exception, most of the cases we use preposition to. What about no exception? No exception. No exception means what? There is no exception to this rule. No exception means including. What does it mean? It means everything is included, nothing is excluded. If you read the sentence carefully, you will come to know there is no exception to this rule. It means this rule is applied everywhere. Nothing is left where this particular rule is applied. Everywhere this particular rule is applied. So exception to, whether you can use no, you cannot use no. It doesn't matter, but exception in the given sentence, according to the meaning, we'll use preposition to. You will come to know about these prepositions. There are lots of differences too, referring to destination, from, referring to source. So these are the explanatory terms. Today, this is not a theory class. I am just explaining some of the questions with the help of some concepts. I am just trying to put myself in a nutshell. Let's go ahead. We are accountable to God. Okay, this question is also based on the preposition, but I would like to explain it in detail. Accountable. Accountable. What does this mean? Accountable means responsible. Responsible. Okay. We can use two different prepositions with accountable and responsible. Let us understand the prepositions. You can use preposition to, but you can be accountable or responsible to somebody. But you can use for also. For something, for the act you are talking about. You are saying, we are accountable to God. So what? This is your action, our actions. We are responsible to God. It means we'll have to face God for our actions. If we are doing something wrong, we'll have to give the answer. Whom the answer to be given? The answer to be given to the God. God should be there. So we'll have to use preposition for in the given sentence. Let's talk about some more questions. Okay, this is a very interesting question. The given sentence is written in passive voice. How did I come to know? Let me tell you. Be followed by third form. If you talk about be followed by third form, this is called passive structure. This is a very interesting topic. If I teach you the basic concept, I'll explain this particular concept in detail. Now, let me put myself in a nutshell. The things are very easy. It is really a cakewalk if you have a proper strategy and firm determination to qualify any exam. If you really want to learn how to correct this particular sentence, you will have to follow a proper guidance. Otherwise, it will be a hard nut to crack. If you follow proper strategy, you are firm determined, these things will become a piece of cake for you. It will be a cakewalk and nothing else. Passive voice. This is called passive structure. Passive means what? The subject should not be the doer of the action. The subject should be the receiver of the action. I'll give you a verb, interest. What does this mean? Entrust somebody with something. What does this mean? It means to make somebody responsible for something. This is the meaning of the verb entrust. I'll give you one example so that you can understand the given concept clearly. I just want to make you understand the concept. So example should be given to you. Suppose this is my example. The example is, I entrusted Kriti. Suppose this is the name. I entrusted Kriti with the arrangements for the party. This is the example that I want to discuss with you. The given sentence is written in active voice. How did I come to know whether the sentence is in active voice or passive voice? As I told you earlier over here, if be form is there and if it is followed by the third form of the verb, the given sentence is called in passive structure. And what does this mean? It means the subject of the action is not the doer. The subject of the action is the receiver. Look at the sentence. I is the subject. This is the second form of the verb and be form is not there. It means the given sentence is written in active voice. What does it mean? I am the doer of the action. I made Kriti responsible for the arrangement for the party. In the given sentence, entrust is the verb, Kriti is the object of the given verb. What about this one? This is the preposition and this will be the object of the given preposition. I'm considering this whole part of the sentence, the object of the given preposition. Though this for is the preposition and object of this particular preposition is party, and this arrangement, only the arrangements, this particular noun becomes the object for the given preposition with. So this is the sentence written in active voice. Now I'm going to change the sentence in passive voice. So object of the active verb becomes the subject of passive verb. So Kriti would be the subject. Kriti. This is the subject. This is the subject. The given sentence is written in past indefinite tense. And for past indefinite tense, in passive structure, we have got only two helping verbs, was or were. Was is used with singular number subject, were is used with plural number subject. So Kriti is the name of a person, it is a singular number subject. If it is the singular number subject, we'll have to use was. Then followed by the third form, entrusted. Kriti was entrusted. Okay, right. With will be as usual. With will be as usual here, and we'll have to write this part of the sentence as usual. We don't have to make any changes over here because this is the these are the other words of the sentence. With the arrangements for the party. We don't need to use the doer of the sentence, that is I. The given sentence is correct. I require this much only, that is why I have written. Now look at here. This is the helping verb followed by the third form. Since the given sentence was in past, that is why the helping verb is of past, was. What about this one? Here it is. Okay, my dear friends, I would like to tell you something in the given sentence. Though this particular question is taken from the UPSC site, still I would like to tell you something. The police is a term, and it is always considered plural. If it is plural, the verb will always be plural. But in the given sentence, it is. So there is some grammatical correction required for the given sentence, but in my opinion, it is so. We don't need to focus on that because the examiner is not asking us to correct that part. We have a choice, and the choice is here to fill the blank. So we are not going to talk about that. I just thought of it to make it clear that some correction is required. So in my opinion, it should be the policeman. The policeman, or you can also use the police are. Are should be used. If you are using the police, you will have to use are. If you are using the policeman, is okay. So entrusted. Entrusted is here. What about the preposition? This is the preposition that I have used over here, but this is written in active voice. The given sentence is written in passive voice. If it is in passive voice, we'll have to use this particular preposition with. Got it? So this is the explanation of the given question. Let us talk about some more questions. The girl was hit with a stone, blank, her brother. If you know grammar well, you can solve these questions like anything. It will be a cakewalk, not a hard nut to crack. It will really be very easy for all of you to solve these questions. Let me tell you something. Once again, we have got a statement in passive structure. Was it? It means this particular subject is not the doer of the action. Instead, the subject is the receiver of the action. The girl was hit with a stone. Why do we use with? With is a preposition. It is used to refer to an instrument. It means this particular thing is used to hit the girl. What about this one? Her brother. Her brother is an agent. Agent is nothing but the doer in the given sentence. Doer means what? One who does something. One who does something. You must be knowing this particular concept. By can be used. By is a preposition. By can be used to refer to many things. To refer to doer in passive voice. To refer to deadline. If you want to refer to time. Refer to transportation. By car, by bus, by train, and by plane also. To refer to transportation. Transportation. This is the explanation. So by. As this form of the verb shows the given sentence is written in passive structure. If it is written in passive structure, this is the doer. To refer to doer, we'll have to use by. So by preposition is required over here. Right? I hope you have understood this particular concept. Some more points we are going to discuss. Okay. Use the correct form of the verbs given in brackets. Fill in the blanks. My dear friends, an incomplete sentence is given to you, but a hint is also given. What is the hint? The hint is this particular verb, take. Reading this incomplete sentence, you will have to use your common sense. You have to use the knowledge you have acquired so far to use this to use the correct form of the verb. So the sentence is, after her lunch, she went to the theater. Okay. After again, we are going to talk about this particular time scale. The same time scale we have learnt earlier. This time scale will help you understand the concept effectively and in a proper manner. This particular point is considered present. What about this one? This one is past. And what about this one? This is called past of past. And as I told you earlier also, past of past is nothing but past perfect. And what is a past perfect tense? It is a relative action. It is a relative action. What does this mean? It means past perfect tense, the structure is had followed by the third form. A relative action means past perfect tense cannot come alone in any sentence. To use past perfect tense, you must have something in past, and that past is here, that is called the second form of the verb. Here we will talk about backward from past, right? And we have discussed earlier also, in English, we start writing from left to right. It means the orientation is from left to right. So let's start reading the sentence. After. After is a conjunction. What kind of conjunction? Conjunction of time. What does this mean? It means it will answer the question when. It will answer the question when. So now we are going to ask this question. Let me change the color of the pen. After this happened, something has happened over here. Something has happened over here. We'll ask when. When did this happen? The answer, when did this happen or this happen? One more thing is there, one more action is there, this happened. Since the conjunction of time used over here, so this is the time that has to be related to this one. So we'll ask, this happened, she went to the theater. When did she go to the theater? The answer is after this one. After this one means what? This action took place first and then this one. She went to the theater. Once again, she went to the theater. She did something. When did she go to the theater? After this one. After this one, it means this took place first. If this took place first, it will be here. If it will be here, we'll have to use past perfect tense. So the correct form of the verb for the given sentence is had taken. Had taken. What does this mean? She had taken her lunch first, then went to the theater. Right? Easy example, not the difficult one. What about this one? The doctor blank. The same concept. The patients every evening. You must have learnt some basic concepts of tenses. What is tense? Let me ask you something first. What is tense? Tense is a verb form. Tense is a verb form which shows some specific point in time. There are different points in time, and every time, present, past and future, have got their own states. Let me tell you some states. The first state is indefinite. Indefinite. What about the second state? Continuous. What about the third state? Perfect. What about fourth one? Perfect continuous. Let me tell you something related to these points, not in detail but in a nutshell. Nutshell means what? In short. Indefinite means frequent actions. Frequent means a kind of repetition, frequent actions. And the frequency of any action can be shown by using the first form of the verb, the second form of the verb. It can also be shown by using will, shall. It means possibility. You can talk about possibility also. What about continuous? Continuous means what? Something continuing? Not always true. Continuous means incomplete. To solve all the questions, related to your examination effectively, you will have to understand the basic concept first. Continuous means incomplete. Incomplete, right? Incomplete. What about perfect? Complete. What about perfect? An action that is complete. To refer to complete, we'll use be followed by ing form of the verb. What about be? Be is nothing but different forms, like in present is mr, was were. In present is mr. What about past? The second form of the verb we call was were. What about third form of be? Been, B-E-E-N. That is also known as past participle form of the verb. What about the ing form of the verb? The correct name, the real name of the ing form of the verb is present participle form, that is called being, B-E-I-N-G. Complete means you'll have to use any of the forms of have, has, had, followed by the third form of the verb. What about this one? Continuous means something incomplete. Perfect means something complete. What about perfect continuous? Complete, incomplete both. It means if you want to refer to such a state as has both, for example, this is present, this is past. Only 2 points I am discussing over here. If I say something is happening, it means I am talking about this particular point, be followed by ing form of the verb. Something is happening here. If I say something has been happening for 2 hours, 2 hours means what? Something is still happening, be followed by the ing form of the verb. And what about this one? For 2 hours. This 2 hours is nothing but the duration. It means the hours, 2 hours have been completed. To refer to this part of duration, you will have to use have plus third form of the verb, or has plus third form of the verb. Now we are going to talk, if we are talking about complete, we'll use have followed by third form of the verb. If you want to refer to incomplete, we'll have to use be followed by ing form of the verb. If I want to talk about complete, incomplete, both will have to connect this. And the new structure would be have, has, followed by the third form, This structure shows something is complete. Be followed by ing form of the verb means what? Something incomplete. That is what? Present perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous or perfect continuous. So we have to identify the nature of the given sentence. If it is a kind of frequency, we'll have to use first form, second form, or will, shall followed by the base form of the verb. Look at the sentence. We have used every morning, every Sunday, every Monday, every day, and daily, always, never, seldom, often, sometimes, occasionally. These are adverbs of frequencies showing the repetition of any task. So anywhere, most of the time, if you get any of these words in your sentence, the structure would be in indefinite form. Now let us understand. Here we are talking about the doctor, the patients every morning. So it is a general statement. A doctor does this particular task every day with his patients. It means the given sentence is going to be the part of indefinite structure, indefinite frequent action, first form, second form, will, shall followed by the first form of the verb. Here it is a general structure, general message, and general facts are written in present indefinite tense. So we are going to use examine as examines. We are going to use it, examine as examines. The doctor examines the patients every morning. So this is the correct explanation and the correct answer and the correct structure of the given sentence. Moving ahead, they build that bridge since 2003. Now, this is what I was talking about here, using this particular time scale, present and past. Now, the same structure I am going to make you understand to explain this particular concept. Why I am using this concept over here? Let us understand. This is the time scale, right? And let us understand the time scale here. This is present. Always remember, if I use since, and if since is used to refer to time, the time will always be in past. I am in present, and since 2000, since is here. In past, 2003. This is past. Since 2013, since 2003 means the time in past. I have started doing something. I started doing something in 2003 and I am still doing the work. It means this particular duration is complete now. So here we'll have to use have plus third form of the verb or has plus third form of the verb to refer to the complete state. To refer to the complete state, I will have to use this, but the action is still in continuation. So to refer to this particular state, we'll have to use be plus ing form of the verb. Here, we are not using this particular message separately. Something is complete and something is incomplete. That is why the correct structure should be have, has, been followed by the ing form of the verb. This is the correct structure. That is what we are going to use in the given sentence. So given sentence is they build that bridge since. Since is there, it means the process of building that particular bridge started in 2003 and it is still in continuation. It means this particular structure. They is the plural number subject. If it is the plural number subject, the verb would be plural. It means have. What about been? Have is followed by the third form of the verb been, and been is followed by the ing form of the main verb. The build is over there. This would be building. This would be building. They have been building that bridge since 2003. So this is the explanation of this particular question. Let's understand another question. He blank play cards when I saw him. Very nice question. The combination of two concepts, past indefinite and past continuous. Let me explain it how. Suppose this is a road. This is a road. A road is there. Okay, now let me write it clearly. You may not understand. Road. Okay. A person is standing over here and he's trying to cross the road. He's trying to cross the road. This is a person and he's crossing the road. Let me tell you something. Tell me, crossing the road is what kind of action? Crossing the road is time-taking action. Let me get back over here, not here, here. Crossing the road, as I said, incomplete action. If the activity of crossing the road is still in continuation, it means the action is incomplete. So what I want to tell you, to refer to an incomplete action means we are talking about a kind of action having duration, time-taking action. If I talk about time-taking actions, we'll have to use this particular state. And this particular state is represented by using be followed by ing form of the verb depending upon the tenses. Let us come to the question over here. The person is crossing the road. So the process of crossing the road is a time-taking action. It is a time-taking action. And time-taking actions are written in continuous tenses. Continuous. It may be past continuous, it may be present continuous depending upon the situation. Suppose a car is coming and this particular car hits this particular man. Hitting the man by the car is a sudden action. It is a sudden action. And sudden actions means what? One-time action. One-time actions are expressed not by be followed by ing form. It is expressed in indefinite tenses. It means the state would be indefinite. If it is indefinite, what does this mean? We can use present indefinite, we can use past indefinite. Now look at the sentence. When I saw him, this particular clause, when I saw him, one-time action, it means sudden action. He cards, play is the main verb that we have to use. We have to use the correct form of the verb play. When I saw him, when the car hit, this is the second form of the verb, one-time action, when I saw him. What about this one? This is called playing cards. Is a time-taking action. I saw him in past. It means the message is in past. If the message is in past, this time-taking action should be in past. In past, time-taking action, continuous state. That is called past continuous state. This is the subject, playing. Singular number subject, we'll have to use was, and then we are going to use playing. He was playing cards when I saw him. This is the explanation of the question. Moving ahead, one more question is there. If, that's very simple concept. If is there, this is the conjunction of condition. Conjunction of condition. Let me tell you something. In general, I'm not talking about always what is the nature of the action in every condition. It is not so. Most of the cases, if we are going to use if, it is followed by subject, then the first form of the verb. In general, I am talking about, it does not happen every time, but most of the cases it happens. If conditional is a very big topic, I will explain the particular concept in a separate video. Here I am just explaining these questions which were asked in your UPSC Compulsory English paper held in 2022. So it will be followed by subject, will, shall, followed by the first form of the verb. This is the explanation. So you can see the sentence. In general, always remember the term in general, not always. If she works hard. Yeah, we are talking about the first form of the verb. The structure is over here. She will definitely, if that is present, it should be will or shall. So she will take will in general, not a specific situation. So she will get a first prize. So this is the explanation of this particular question. These are the grammatical questions based on grammar. Now we are going to talk about word power. Word power, what is there? Antonym. Antonym, very easy to understand. Let me explain these words. Ecstasy. What do you mean by the term ecstasy? It means a feeling of great happiness. A feeling of great happiness. This is the meaning of the given word, but this cannot be the synonym. Great happiness. So what could be the possible nearest meaning for the given word? Delight. Delight can also be there. We can talk about rapture, means great happiness. Rapture, joy. These are the synonyms. But we have to write the antonym. Antonym means what? What is the opposite meaning? A feeling of great unhappiness. A feeling of great, a feeling of great unhappiness, right? It means the possible words, nearest meaning, misery, despair. So this is the answer to this question, despair. It means great unhappiness, very sad. Advocate. Nice word. I'm going to explain over here. Advocate. Advocate. As a verb, it means to support. As a word, it means to support. As a noun, supporter. Supporter or a lawyer. No, lawyer, advocate as a verb. To support. So what about antonym? Antonym. Here it is noun. Antonym we are talking about. Antonym. So support. Opposite word would be to reject. To reject. What about antonym as a noun? You can talk about critic. You know critic. Critic means someone who talks bad or wrong things about something. Critic. It can be your opponent, your supporter. So opponent can also be the possible antonym. Opponent. It can be your enemy also. Enemy can also be the antonym for the given verb. What about anemia? You must have heard this word before. I expect you must have heard this word before. Anemic. It is an adjective. The part of speech of the word is adjective. So anemic means without any energy or effort. Without any energy or effort. You can also say suffering from anemia. Suffering from anemia. Suffering from anemia. You know anemia. Anemia is a medical condition in which there are not enough red cells in the blood. So the possible nearest meanings would be, you can say bloodless. Bloodless. If you are bloodless, you are weak. You are weak. You are frail also. You are frail. These are the synonyms. What about antonym? Antonym would be strong. You can be strong. Antonym, I am talking about antonym over here. Strong. You can be robust. You can be robust. You can be full-blooded. Full-blooded. The opposite words would be full-blooded. You can be full of energy. Full of energy. These are the antonyms and synonyms of the given words I am explaining over here. Allow. Allow means what? To give permission. So synonyms would be, this is a verb. The part of the speech of the given word is a verb. It is a verb. So as a verb, to permit, this is synonym, not antonym. To permit, right? To let someone do something. To authorize can be there. To authorize. To sanction also. You can sanction something to allow someone to sanction. This is the synonym. What about the antonym? Actually, in the question, it is asked only antonyms, but I am writing synonyms also so that you can be aware of both the terms. Anything can be asked in your paper. Ji, what about this one? To allow. To allow. So what about this one? Antonym, opposite word. To deny. Right. To deny. It should be there. To prevent. You don't allow someone. You prevent. You prevent. And what about to forbid? These are the antonyms and synonyms of the verb allow. What about hyperbole? Hyperbole. Okay. This is a nice word. I'll explain it to you. Don't worry. Hyperbole. Synonym. Let us first understand synonym. It means exaggeration. Exaggeration. What does this mean? Exaggeration means overstatement, amplification, magnification. Exaggeration or hyperbole is something, it is a type of speaking in which you make a statement that makes something more important than it really is. If you make something more important than it really is, it is called hyperbole or exaggeration or overstatement. So what is the antonym? The opposite of the given word is understatement. Understatement, antonym. Understatement, or you can talk about lessening. Lessen means to cut short. Lessening, this is the lessening means what? Understatement means it is also a kind of statement, it is also kind of speaking that makes something less important than it really is. So these are the possible synonyms and antonyms of the given verbs or words written over here. Let us talk about some more concepts. Okay, one more question is there with a new direction. Rewrite the following sentences as directed without changing the meaning. You have been given a sentence. You have to go through the sentence. So what is the direction? Add a question tag. Add a question tag. Do you understand what is a question tag? A question tag is a mini statement. It is a mini question that is asked to get satisfaction, to get response from the listener. Some concepts that we are going to talk about related to question tag. In question tag, we'll discuss some basic points here. The subject of a question tag is always a pronoun. No noun can be used in question tag. If the statement is negative, question tag would be affirmative. It means negative word would not be used in question tag if the statement is negative. If the statement is affirmative, the question tag would be negative. So let us look at the sentence. You can see not in the given sentence. The given sentence is negative. It means no negative words would be used in question tag, only helping verb and subject. Brutus is the subject, this is the noun. We cannot use Brutus over here. We'll have to use a pronoun. To avoid the repetition of noun, we use a pronoun. So what is the correct pronoun for the word Brutus? That would be he. That would be he. Not cannot be used in the given sentence. Was, past indefinite tense. It itself is a helping verb, so the same helping verb would be used over here. Like this. It would be Brutus was not without love for Caesar, was he? This is the correct answer. Let us go ahead. As soon as he went there, the uproar commenced. The given sentence is correct. What is the direction that you have to follow? Remove as soon as, it means we have to remove this and put no sooner than. No sooner than is another grammatical and interesting structure that we'll discuss in detail in concept. Not here. Let me put myself in a nutshell. So the structure of as soon as, right? It is followed by subject, then the verb, the first clause, then comma, then again the subject and the verb. The same meaning can be conveyed using no sooner than. So what is the difference between no sooner than and as soon as? As soon as is a general sentence. If you emphasize the sentence as soon as, beginning with as soon as, you can use no sooner than. So what is the structure? The structure, there are many structures that I am going to write. The given sentence is written in past indefinite tense. You can use many. There are three ways to write it. First one is, you can use no sooner followed by do, does. There is a reason behind it, why we are using this particular structure, but we'll learn these concepts in concept video, not here. I'm just writing the structure because the video is becoming very lengthy. I don't want the video to be lengthy. No sooner, okay, something is wrong here. Let me use something. The first pattern is no sooner followed by the helping verb do, does. If the given sentence is written in present tense, then the subject, then the base form of the verb. This one, it would be followed by than. You know why than? We are using than. There is a reason. Because sooner is the comparative degree of soon. So if we are using comparative degree over here, that is why we are using than in the given sentence. Since the first part of the sentence is written in present, we'll have to use present indefinite tense here. Present indefinite tense is here. The second pattern that we can use, no sooner would be there, we can use did, past indefinite tense, followed by subject. After do forms, we use the base form of the verb. So far, no problem. Everything is clear. No sooner is the comparative degree of soon. That is why we'll have to use than in the given sentence. Than would be there. This is written in past indefinite tense, so it would also be written in past indefinite tense. Past indefinite tense. What about the third pattern? The third pattern is had, past perfect, followed by the subject, then the third form of the verb. As we all know, had, have, has. If we use as a helping verb in a sentence, these terms will always be followed by the third form of the verb. What about conjunction? That should be than. Why? We have used sooner. That is written in comparative degree. Past perfect tense, it doesn't mean we are going to use past perfect tense here. Why? Two past perfect tenses cannot be used together. What is the reason behind it? We'll learn these concepts in detail when we learn the concept. Here we are not learning the concept in detail. Here we are just solving these questions. I'm just making you feel comfortable. Past indefinite would be there. Past indefinite. So the given sentence is written in past. So we have got two ways. Preferably, I'll use the third structure to write the sentence using no sooner. So the correct sentence would be no sooner had he gone. The third form of the verb went is gone. No sooner had he gone there, not comma. If we use no sooner structure, we'll have to use than. Than should be here. And the following clause would be written in past indefinite tense. The uproar commenced. No sooner had he gone there than the uproar commenced. Uproar started. Commenced means started. This is the correct answer for the given question. Right? Let's go ahead. One more question. Either the father or the son has not taken it. That's very simple. What is the direction? Neither nor. You must be aware of this concept. Very easy concept. Either is followed by or. Neither is followed by nor. So we have to use neither nor structure to write it. So the correct expression is, in place of either, use neither. Neither the father, okay, it is neither, so it will take nor, not or, nor the son has. What about this not? Actually, not is not required in this given sentence. Why? This particular sentence is negative. Neither itself is a negative word. So two negative words cannot be together. So we'll omit not and we'll use taken it. This is the correct example as per the direction given. Neither the father nor the son has taken it. This is the correct explanation of the given question. Very easy question. What about this one? The minister was spoken to by them. Change into active voice. It means the given sentence is written in passive voice. Now you must have understood why I was discussing active voice, passive voice concept 30 minutes ago. I discussed it because I had to discuss this concept. So I was just making your base. I was making you comfortable with these concepts. Let us understand it. Was spoken. Speak is followed by preposition to. The subject in active voice, passive voice is in reality the object of object in active sentence of the given preposition or the given verb. In the given sentence, it is the object. It is the object of the preposition to in active voice. So the given sentence should be like this: They spoke to the minister. They spoke to the minister. The minister was spoken to the minister to by them. So this to is there. They spoke to the minister. So what would be the passive? The minister, since it is written in past indefinite tense, was spoken to they. They in the given sentence is the doer. So to refer to doer, we use preposition by. That is why we are using by them. So this is the correct answer as per the given direction. Change into active voice. The given sentence was written in passive voice. Now, what about this one? Not only Rama, but also Gopal did it. Not only followed by but also, it means what? Both Ram and Gopal did it. But we don't have to use both and. We have to use as well as. That's very simple to use. This is a preposition. Ram as well as Ram. Rama and Gopal did it. Gopal did it. This is the correct answer. The direction as per the direction given. So my dear friends, this is how we deal with such questions. I hope all of you have enjoyed this session very much. And this brings me to the end of another lesson. Don't worry, I'll be back soon with another lesson. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.